Hello everybody, welcome to Club Fred. This is Fred D, your host of course. Today is Tuesday, April 23rd. It's day 2 of my fast. I'm technically into this fast now about 48 hours because I began on Sunday evening. I stopped eating around 6 p.m. It's just a little after 6 now. It's a little bit cool. It was raining earlier, but the sun is shining now. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that something to put a smile on your face? Oh wait, I should take myself out of the picture then. Huh? So, I've been fasting for 48 hours. How do I feel? To be honest, I feel a little bit tired. Which I don't think is unusual, and it's okay. And the great news is that, I hope you can see me, I can't see you. The sun is just beaming on me now. Yeah, so when you're fasting, the good news is that I don't have anything else to do. This is my job right now. I can just fast and sleep, do anything I want. And I wanted to get up a little bit earlier because I have a bad habit sometimes. I have in my past had difficulty with my circadian rhythm. I'm climbing up a hill now. And if I'm not careful, I end up time shifting. I go to bed later and then I get up later. And I think it's vital for your health, and most especially though when you're fasting, to try to keep a steady schedule, especially with bedtime and waking up. So of course I tried to go to bed earlier last night, and but I couldn't sleep because I slept in too long yesterday. Anyway, I digress. So I've been feeling a bit tired, and to be perfectly honest with you, putting up this video today, making this video today, wasn't really something I felt like doing. No offense to you, my beautiful viewers. So let's just be real. Let's just be honest. I didn't feel like doing anything. But here I am. I'm out for a walk. I walked yesterday, as you saw, if you watched my video, and I really feel it in my calves because there's no level ground around here. So that's just great. It's a good thing. I can just walk around my neighborhood and get a little bit of exercise. So one of the reasons that I don't really care so much about doing the video is because, hello, is because, and I told you we're going to get to know each other a little bit better. I'm an introvert. I am a strange animal. At times, I could go 3 or 4 days at home alone without leaving the house or seeing another human being and be quite happy about that. In some ways, I think that's a strength of character, but in other ways, it's not optimum for a healthy life because it's good to nurture friendships and keep your relationships. You get I always say, you get by giving, you help yourself by helping others. So when you have relationships and you're keeping up on that, you're helping people, and of course they reciprocate, and that's what makes life worth living, isn't it? So thank you for coming on board here today and watching this video. I have really exciting news besides this Japanese maple here, which is so beautiful, isn't it? Weren't we just talking about that, for those of you who are on my Facebook page, about the leaf? There you go, Japanese maple. So, yesterday was Monday, April 22nd, the 1-year anniversary to the start of my fantastic 75-day water fasting adventure. And you know what is just absolutely incredible, that thrills my heart, is that I hit the milestone yesterday on the 1-year anniversary of 1,000 subscribers. Woo! Now this is something else you guys just have to see. Look at this massive, massive tree. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Look at that. Okay. I keep telling myself I'm going to make a shorter video, because I know you guys have better things to do than fast forward through all of this to the good parts. Okay. So today I weighed 216.2. So that sucks, because I've been fasting for 48 hours and I lost in the last 24 hours 0.4 pounds. What's up with that, right? I mean, woo! I'm gonna have to do something about that. Yeah, what's up with that, right? So, but to put it into perspective, I was eating really, really healthy prior to starting this fast, and I was in pretty deep ketosis. That sun, hey? So I went to church on Sunday. It was Easter. I had communion. The body and the blood of Christ, some bread and some grape juice, and I thought, carbs. This is going to kick me out of ketosis. So after church they have coffee and cookies and stuff, and so I had a couple of cookies too. And I weighed myself Sunday night, and I can't remember the exact weight. It was over 2. And put it this way, my Monday morning weight, which is my official start weight, 207.4, was 3.8 pounds less than my evening weight Sunday night. Apologize for that sun. So what's up with that? So in the grand scheme of things, I'm sorry, I need to correct myself. This morning's weight to Sunday night's, no, that's right, that is right. This morning's weight to Sunday morning's weight is 3.8 pounds lost. So, Sunday morning, two mornings, just 2 days, 48 hours. So that's not bad. So whatever happened it's water. This is all about when you start a fast, you start dumping your water, and you really notice a water weight correction on the scale really quickly. But you know, I'm pretty sure that I've already done that water weight correction because of my deep state of ketosis. I know that too, from the other symptoms, just peeing a lot, a lot. And then yesterday, I felt like I had to pee more often. Even when I peed and then went back to bed, I felt like I had to pee, and I wasn't blocked or anything, but every time I peed, it wasn't very much. So I know I'm not shedding water the way I have in other fasts when I was starting after eating a lot of carbohydrates. And so I should get to the point, but just look at this tree. Everything, springtime, it's all in full bloom. The blooms are almost falling off this tree now. You know, Vancouver is one of the more beautiful places in Canada, but I'll tell you this, if you've never been to Canada, but even if you have, you can concur. Canada is just beautiful. Of course, it's beautiful everywhere in the world. There's beauty everywhere, but man, it's a beautiful place. So, yesterday, that's not going to work. Okay. Yesterday, I posted below my video my supplement regimen, and today I promised you that I was going to tell you why this fasting evangelist preaches supplements. So I'm going to try to wrap this up fairly quickly. Prior to my 75-day water fast, I did a 7-day water fast. And before that, I did a 100-hour water fast. And I never took supplements. And I was a member of a group, a Facebook group that was quite opposed to the whole idea of supplements, and I didn't know anything. So I went away for a week to China, and when I came back, I began my 75-day fantastic water fasting adventure, trademark, and I woke up on the floor beside the bathroom after going pee in the middle of the night. On day 10, I woke up on the floor. I didn't know how long I had laid there. I kind of cracked up my elbow a little bit because I must have landed on my elbow. I had no symptoms of dizziness. I had no other tells that could have indicated to me that I might be having a problem with my electrolytes, but I fainted. I fell to the ground just like a bird falling out of the sky. And I woke up. I felt a little disoriented. I don't know how long I was there. So I crawled back to my bed, and I had another episode there. I know I started to feel faint, and my breathing was a little bit funny, but I was laying down. It seems to only happen when you stand up. So I was laying down, and but I think it's possible I may have actually passed out while laying in bed. So when I felt a little bit more able, I literally slunk out of the bed. I was afraid to stand up and faint again, and I felt weak. So I slunk onto the floor on my back, and I pushed myself with my legs. While laying on my back, I pushed myself across the floor to the kitchen, down the hall to the kitchen. And when I felt strong enough, I got up and I accessed what I had, which was just, I think it was sea salt for cooking. And I laid there a little bit and I felt better. And oh, and prior to that, the reason I thought of that is because I had my phone and I went on my phone. I went on the Facebook group, or one of my fasting groups that I was in then, and I don't know which one. And I said, I just fainted. And people said, you need salt. Fred, you need salt. Get some salt. Can you get some salt? And they were so concerned and so wonderful. If you're not a member of a online support group, let me highly recommend it. And of course, I think ours is the most special place in the world. Water fasting, refeeding, and maintenance. And I have 20 some odd people fasting with me on that group right now in real time. So they advised me to take salt. Then I did some more research and I realized that I needed magnesium and potassium and salt, and I chose pink Himalayan salt. And within the next couple days I assembled all of that together, and I continued doing that all the way through my 75 days, except you know, sometimes you just get cocky, right? Oh man, I've got this in the bag and I'm so strong and I'm so good. You know, for a guy that doesn't work out and is like 56, well, I'm going to be 57 next month. I'm okay. Anyway, so what happened, on June 28th, my sister flew here to visit her son, my nephew. And I picked her up from the airport, and I have pictures. I've posted them before. I looked and felt absolutely fantastic. That was June 28th. I remember the date because I got married on that day. And that's a whole other story. Anyway, I felt fantastic. I looked fantastic. I have the pictures to prove it. But previous to that, maybe 6 days before, I was experiencing some gastrointestinal upset. I was having some watery bowel movements, and I was just having an upset stomach. And so I was trying to figure that out. And so my bright idea was to eliminate everything that I was taking, and by a process of elimination, as soon as I stopped taking everything, my gastrointestinal upset also stopped. You know, I used to be a builder, so look at this house. Beautiful. Yeah, so my gastrointestinal upset stopped, and I thought, okay, I'm going to reintroduce these supplements slowly: potassium, magnesium, pink Himalayan salt, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, and a daily multivitamin. And sometimes I sipped on a little bit of pickle juice. It's all in yesterday's video below if you want to copy it down. So I thought, I'll just take one of these, wait a couple days, and see if I'm having that problem or not. And the days pass too quickly. When you're fasting and you feel fasting fantastic, you go into autopilot. You don't even have to think about anything. You're not collecting food, you're not prepping food, you're not cooking food, you're not cleaning up after food, and you're not even eliminating food. That's the polite way of saying pooping, right? So you feel great, and time just flies. You get involved in other things. And so that day I felt great, but I hadn't been taking my supplements that got me to day 60, I guess, for 4 days. And I had another episode. And this is serious. I passed out in the bathroom, and I woke up with a head wound, and I still have a dent in my head, in a puddle of blood, because head wounds bleed a lot, even if they're not that serious. And I got up, And I passed out again in front of the shower, which I further confirmed when I reviewed the crime scene and saw the blood in the bathroom floor and in front of the shower. And I don't know how, I've tried to recreate how I fell, because the mirror in the bathroom in front of the vanity was smashed. The bathroom vanity counter is tiled and the tiles were broken off and on the floor. So I fell hard, right? And if passing out wasn't bad enough, or potentially dangerous or fatal, the collateral damage that I could have suffered from falling could have been fatal, right? I could have split my head open and bled to death. I could have had a concussion. I could have had brain damage. I could have poked an eye out. I could have broken my nose. I could have smashed some teeth out. And yet there's fasting groups that argue. Some come on my YouTube here and tell me I'm an idiot because water fasting is water only. And some Facebook groups I've tried to ask in the most sincere way, please tell me why it matters. And they say, and most recently, the last conversation I had, they said, if you go to any fasting clinic, the doctors there, the doctors who know everything, right, don't give supplements. So there's this one fasting clinic, True North, that these people were advocates of, and I know they do good work, but they also believe in complete and utter bed rest. So they put these people in a bed, they monitor everything, their blood pressure, absolutely everything, so they can intervene before there's ever a crisis or a problem. They might even be catheterized so they don't have to get up and get out of bed. But you know what, guys? I'm not talking about fasting like that in a clinic. I'm talking about staying safe and doing this at home and listening to your body and being smart, right? That's what I'm talking about here. My arm is getting tired, right? So if you can go to a fasting clinic and want to pay a couple $1,000s a week or whatever it costs, by all means, go ahead. And you know what? I wish you the best of success, and I don't knock it at all. But I'm telling you this, based on my own experience, I am passionate that supplements are not optional. Supplements are not optional for a long extended fast. And I've come to believe that after between day 4 and 7, you should start your supplement regimen, and no later than day 7. To keep, see, you don't take electrolytes. You balance your electrolytes with supplements, okay? Now, just one little bit of information, further bit of information. If you have blood pressure issues, at the best of times, I always advise you should consult with your doctor when fasting. I'm never going to say any different. I didn't. I monitored everything myself, but I did have high blood pressure, and I was taking a diuretic for high blood pressure. So I believe that the fainting spells were induced by a blood pressure crash, a blood pressure low that I experienced in both cases. And in the first case, I think one of the causes of that was I continued to take my high blood pressure medication while I was fasting, and my blood pressure was quickly correcting itself, and then I was still taking the diuretic, so I caused that blood pressure crash perhaps to occur sooner than it might have because I was taking that pill. So anybody that ever asks me in our community, you know, should I go off my meds, or can I still take my meds while I'm fasting? Absolutely. Don't stop your meds without talking to your doctor unless you have some kind of prior experience to stopping your meds. Like I was on a antidepressant and a diuretic, and I have went off and on them so many times. I knew that it's not like I'm not going to have a bad reaction to it, because I've already tried that before. But I don't know your specific health conditions and your specific issues with blood pressure, so I can't advise you, and I never will. I will always say, talk to your doctor. But it is easy to monitor your own blood pressure at home. I bought a little home testing kit. It works great. So I watch that very carefully because I know that I'm susceptible to that. But as I lost weight, you know what? Losing some weight is one of the best cures for high blood pressure. And losing some weight is one of the best cures for so many things that plague us. And I think it's incumbent upon us, before we go to the doctor and say, here, fix me. Can you fix me? Can you give me something to fix this problem? Like I just read about a guy, he takes medical marijuana because of chronic pain. But I know the guy's 150 pounds overweight. Okay, so I need my, let's just be nice about it. I need my medication because I have chronic pain. But really, he could fix that chronic pain by taking charge of his life, but he doesn't know how easy it is. He doesn't know the secret to losing weight, right? The secret to losing weight is to stop putting food in your pie hole. We know that. I saw it first on a video by Dr. Fung when he asked his 5-year-old kid, if I want to lose weight, what should I do? And the 5-year-old said, don't eat food, right? It's so simple for us to entirely miss the message. How do we gain weight? We eat. How do we lose weight? Stop eating. The secret is that our fat stores on our body are bought and paid for, and they are in our figurative pantry, and we can survive and thrive on fat that our body has stored for this very purpose. And that's the good news. So I had it in mind that tomorrow I was going to show you my body, but I also kind of thought that I might reach 215. So I think I'm going to amend that slightly, because actually I'm not really looking forward to doing that. So I'm going to amend that by saying when I hit 215, I'm 216.2 pounds now, so it's only 1.2 pounds. It could be tomorrow. Otherwise, I have to think of something else to talk about. Goodness gracious, how will I ever think of something to say? Anyway, listen, I appreciate all you guys. I can't thank everybody enough for subscribing to my channel. I now have 1,000 subs. Although I got access to some new information. I looked on my channel and I realized that 87% of my viewerships are not subscribers. What a crazy, wild statistic that is. Anyway, I know my channel is going to grow as I continue to throw up some more videos and put more effort into it. So thank you all so much. It means so much to me to reach that threshold of 1,000, but also it's just so special that it happened on my 1-year anniversary, and I can't thank you all enough. So listen, thanks for watching, and as always, love yourself, stay safe, and be awesome.